So my name is Darren Britton and I'm the Chief Photographer at Wales News Service, which is a press agency based in Cardiff. We are a team of 3 photographers and we're commissioned on a daily basis to photograph a range of assignments for various clients in Wales, the UK and overseas. And our customer base could be a news content provider such as a newspaper or website, a PR client, or sometimes a commercial client such as the Welsh Government or Visit Wales. Well, from our point of view as a commercial agency, 80 to 90% of our work is what we're commissioned to do. So that we don't necessarily pick the subject. We are commissioned by a client to go and photograph that project or that person or that news story. However, I'd say maybe 10, 15, 20% of the time, it is sometimes what we want to photograph, what is commercially, what we feel like we can sell, or what is currently newsworthy, so that because ultimately we are a commercial business and we need to make it pay. So getting experience in photography is really, really, really important. Really helped me early in my career. And the best advice I could give any young aspiring photographer would just be to do as much work experience in as many different areas of photography as possible. We've had many young work experience photographers in over the years, and it's been really valuable for them and for us. Okay, this is my favorite question, and one that is probably impossible to answer for photography. Staff jobs are not brilliantly paid and they're very hard to come by anyway. Anyway, you'd probably be looking at somewhere between 20 to 30k if you could get a job, but they're so hard to come by at the moment in terms of staff photography jobs. However, freelance work, it is really important actually that you get you charge the right amount. You don't want to go in too low because that's driving down the industry fees, and you don't want to go too high because you'll price yourself out of work. So you do need to understand the industry a little bit, talk to photographers, talk to people who are doing sort of similar stuff to you, and just try to get that pricing right. So you could probably, if you look at the last question we looked at with regards to work experience, I think that's something that you could probably get from the employers that you're doing a little bit of work experience from. Try to get a gauge of what you should be charging and just get the right fees, not too high, not too low. But it's really important because, a lot of young photographers just come in and they'll say, oh, I'll do it for, half the price. And you just think, you will regret that, but you won't regret it for 5 or 6 years. But you're driving down the industry costs, and it's really important to value, yourself. So the way I'd like to answer this question is to just give you a little bit of an example of a recent photography job that I did a few months ago, and this was photographing a memorial service for an Usk prison officer, and all the prison officers lined up outside Usk prison in their uniform, and it just looked beautiful, and everything was fine, ready for the funeral procession. And I did some photographs of the scene, but it wasn't until the funeral procession came through with the family walking after the coffin, and you could see the tears and the bereavement. And essentially, I still have to point the camera at the subject and get that picture to show the real human tragedy of this. The press requested and the family allowed it. So it's not like you're there against their will, but it's still a difficult thing to photograph someone who is this one was so traumatized. It was dreadful. It's a very difficult thing then to carry on. you almost want to put your hands down and bow your head, but you're there to actually to record it and to document it. I understand the importance of doing it, but it's still not a very nice thing to do, but all the same necessary and really important, actually.